Hey everybody, Brian from Innisfil Creek, honey. Just in the middle of mowing my lawn. Lawnmower there. We have a large property, and I think I'd like to talk a little about lawns and their place in the pollinator world and the natural world. We probably have about 1.5 acres a yard. I like a nice mowed lawn. Looks nice and pretty with the straight lines on there, nice and green. It looks good around the house, makes everything look neat, prim and proper. And there's a bit of a fixation on yards and a debate between a kept yard and an unkept yard, like how good they are for pollinators. So I just want to take you a walk around my yard and let you know what it looks like. So I just mowed most of it. So if you look at it here, most of the yard is mowed, really nice and flat. I left one strip down here, right down the middle here. That's a little longer. My yard is made up into 2 different sections. We have the original yard over by the front door of the house there. That original yard is a traditional yard. It's a yard that's planted with some kind of, Kentucky bluegrass or something like that. There's very little weeds. Before we moved in, that was the yard out in front of that house. The rest was just a big open messy field. And even now in front of the house, it's primarily Kentucky bluegrass, because that type of grass takes over, holds it down. Other than a few dandelions in the spring, that's what grows in front of the house. When we moved in, I wanted to clear out this area, clean it up, have a nice big lawn coming up to the house, but I really hate the monoculture that is in a front lawn, in a traditional front lawn. So we cleared out the whole thing. We backfilled a little bit to even it out, to make sure it was nice and level. Then I came in and I seeded the whole lawn with white clover. White clover's a fantastic forage crop for animals. Looks fantastic on a yard, is drought tolerant, and has a lot of benefits. Low maintenance, doesn't grow very tall, so you can let it grow for a bit. And as a cover crop a bit to keep some of the noxious weeds down. So I'm just walking up in front of the house so you can see the difference in my lawn. So I'm mowing it, and in the front lawn of the house, there's my lawn. There's the long grass, mainly grass with some dandelion leaves mixed in it. And as you walk towards the end of the property where I'm converting into the clover lawn, you can see that the grass starts to disappear, and then there's white clover flowers. There's different fescues growing naturally, lots of dandelion blooms, some horrible Queen Anne's lace that I have to keep knocking down. And really, I've just turned my front lawn into weeds. It's a weed lawn. In this lawn, even though I mow it, so I'm mowing it today, gonna look nice and green for about 1.5 days. Then all those weeds that I mowed down are gonna send out new growth and bloom again. And by mowing my lawn on a regular basis and having a weed lawn, I can actually promote pollinator health and supply them with a food source. And also give myself what I want, which is a nice entrance surrounding my house. And I don't have to worry about this. This is my front lawn. It's the middle of August, hasn't rained for a month. The Kentucky bluegrass is all brown and dead and dying. As you go down, you can see the transition line there. Right across, all the way around, this is the old lawn. This section here and the back part is all new lawn. It hasn't received water in the same amount of time as this front lawn, completely green. Looks fantastic. So I'd just like to talk a little bit about that and how our, behaviors of worrying about weeds. What is a weed? A weed is something that you don't want there. That's all it really is. Traditionally, in a front lawn, the only thing you wanted was grass Anything else was a weed. You spent hundreds of dollars on chemicals, spraying things. Now you're picking, you see the people out there picking dandelions out of their yard, trying to make that perfect green yard, only to have it look like this in August unless you're watering it every day, which is a huge waste on resources. Plant some weeds that are drought tolerant, grow well, and when mowed look quite pretty. And you'll always have a green lawn. You'll have a green lawn that is full of tiny flowers that pollinators will love. And you can help the honeybee. Anyways, Brian from Innisfil Creek Honey. I hope everybody has a great day. Plant some weeds in your front lawn. Have a good one.